and welcome to Razz Reviews. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Shazam. Shazam is the 7th installment in the DCEU and it follows the story of Billy Batson, a foster kid who gets the ability to turn into an adult superhero played by Zachary Levi. From the trailers, I expected this movie to be a fun romp that does not take itself too seriously. And that is exactly what this movie is. Shazam is a lot of fun, it's very lighthearted, and it's very far from what we usually get from the DC universe. Ironically, this is the most Marvel-like film from the DCEU, which is funny since, Shazam is originally Captain Marvel, even though they can't use that name here for obvious reasons. I had a great time with Shazam. It's a really nice film. It's a lot of fun. It's a great time at the cinema. Zachary Levi is amazing as the title character. He's funny, his timing is great, and he really managed to pull off the fact that he was a kid inside an adult's body. And a lot of the comedic moments came from that aspect, and they worked really well. He has great chemistry with the kid from It, who's also great in this movie. I really liked his character. He's a definite standout. And all in all, their relationship is really the heart of the film, and it works very well. The movie is extremely funny. It has a bunch of real laugh-out-loud moments, and I laughed a lot watching it. The comedic writing and timing is very good, and also the movie makes fun of itself, and it also makes fun of the superhero genre in a very good way. So this movie is pretty high on the funny scale. It's actually a couple of notches under Deadpool for me. But the comedy isn't really the thing that makes Shazam work so well. It's actually the fact that it has a lot of heart. The movie doesn't shy away from getting a little emotional. The Billy Batson storyline, especially when it comes to his mother, is actually pretty sad, and the emotion there is pretty effective. The foster home worked for me big time. I like the kids, I like the characters in the foster home, and the relationship between them is pretty sweet, and it really makes up a lot of the heart and the depth of the film. As enjoyable as the movie was, it does sometimes get a little bit too cheesy and a little bit too campy. And even though it feels like this camp is on purpose because the movie tends to make fun of it as well, but sometimes it gets a little bit too much for me personally, especially when it comes to the villain. The villain here is generic. He works, but he does get a little bit too over the top sometimes, which is fine, by the way, because he's not really that important in the storyline. He's just there as a foil. The movie focuses a lot more on Billy Batson and his relationship with the people around him, and I think that's a lot more interesting. But prepare yourself for some cheese and for some high camp, especially when it comes to Mark Strong's character, the villain. I think his name was Thaddeus something. Even his name is like, Thaddeus, I'm a villain. Like, it's a little much. Thaddeus. Was it Thaddeus? That's not better. All in all, Shazam was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. It's not a perfect film, but it's one of the nicest films from the DCEU, and it's definitely one of the funniest. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was pretty cool. I can't wait to see the character of Shazam in other iterations and in other installments in the DC universe. And I also think that it's a very rewatchable film. It has a lot of nice twists that I'm not gonna spoil for anybody, but I was surprised. And stay till the end of the film because there's actually 2 after-credit sequences. Especially the mid-credit sequence was actually pretty cool. So I really enjoyed it. I loved Shazam. If you're a fan of superhero movies, if you're a fan of DC, if you're a fan of Marvel, this is definitely the movie for you. It's definitely worth checking out. And it's nice to have something that's lighthearted and fun before our lives and our hearts get destroyed in Endgame. So before that, this is a nice little calm, fun action adventure with really nice characters and a very nice setup for a cool character in this universe. So I'm going to give Shazam an 8.5 out of 10. So, have you seen Shazam? What do you think about it? Where do you rank it in the DC films? For me, it's second after Wonder Woman. What is it for you? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to ask me what you'd like me to review for you next. See ya!